Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I am with
Jessica Rosalie. I was here previously with Nadia and her channel reacting to Olivia, and we're back reacting to one of our favorite bands called the Måneskin.
You know how we all have a band where there's a hottest member and then like all the members are mid? This is the first band where everyone is hot. From the lead to the bass player to the guitar player to the drummer. They're Italian, so I mean
it's in their genes. So we're gonna react to their new tracks, but we're gonna split them. So Nadia's going to react to the first 8 tracks from the original album. Then she's going to react to the newer tracks called Honey You Coming, Off My Face, and Traves. Yeah. Trastevere. This is how you actually say it.
Trastevere.
Where the fuck? You should have seen our faces.
Trastevere.
Trastevere. In conclusion, all the students that I teach, you're not in the right hands. And then I will react to the remaining new tracks along with the remaining album of the original. I feel like this one's really confusing, but you'll get it.
Number 1 is Own My Mind.
Do you wanna own my mind, own my mind? I'm feeling you something ambitious, yeah. Do you wanna make mine? Do you wanna go once, go twice?
I have a thing for men that know how to play instruments, period. But I draw the most attention to guitar players. Those have my heart.
Fucking love this song. I think it's such a good song to like start off with their new album because I feel like it really like captures what you're gonna expect with the rest of the tracks. She has a thing for Thomas. I have a thing for Damiano. He can have my mind. Respectfully.
No, you're right. It is literally, the chorus is just his voice and the bass.
And because the bass has such a deep sound to it, like I said, it just sounds like hypnotizing. Like it sounds more intimate. Like he's like speaking to me. Like that's what I like to think, you know.
The next track is Gossip featuring Tom Morello.
Who is he, by the way? What band is he from?
From Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, okay.
This place is a circus, you just see the surface. They cover shit under the rug. Don't act like you don't know. Nobody loves it to me face. So sip the gossip, drink till you choke. Sip.
This is one of my top 3 off this album. So I think this song is supposed to be like making fun of like headlines and Instagram comments. Reminds me of like any relationship or situationship I've ever been in. Every time I have ever been involved with a man, it's a fucking circus. There's so much shit that I still don't know that I can't uncover to this day, but this is where my mind goes every time I listen to the song. So I'll be listening to this at the gym, pumped the fuck up, and just being like, yeah, they cover shit under the rug. Like Thomas and Tom Morello, they go the fuck off here. They go the fuck off.
Kind of going off of what you say is definitely from their own experiences, like as a band. But I just also like it speaks a lot on Los Angeles because I just noticed that every single person that's not from here that has came to live here, like specifically in social media, the one thing they always say is that Los Angeles is very much like about the looks, the superficialness. They just want to look good and look good to everyone else and like romanticize their lives. And so I just find it really interesting that they who come from Italy came to Los Angeles and they were inspired to make a song that talks shit about Los Angeles. Says so much, but even as a person who lives here, I completely agree with everything they're saying. It's so like on the nose, it's so true, like nothing about what they're saying is a lie. But also the instrumental is like so good. The music video, not to be seen at work. Not to be seen at work. Alone in your room. I just like when they say like you're not iconic.
Yeah,
like, what was
you're
it?
just like them all.
Sip your gossip, drink till you choke. Like it's such a good comeback.
And I love the way that Damiano pronounces throat. It's just throat.
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
I mean, do have an accent, so I believe what you're saying.
Yeah. Next track is Time Zone.
I love this song so much.
And every time I see your face, I should be jealous. Only thing that keeps us apart. So fuck what I'm leaving the same as I'm leaving. I'm coming. Only thing that keeps us. They can say whatever, we'll be making love. I'm fucking you tonight. Wish I could stay.
Guitar solo.
Time zone.
I'm gonna let her talk about it because I'm still butthurt about the fact that the woman that he wrote this song about is no longer with him, and it fucking stings. This is Endgame. This is Endgame for a fact, and I loved her, and I think she's so cute, and like that sucks. So I'm heartbroken.
Allegedly, he cheated on her. You know, like there's a whole stereotype about rock and roll stars. Like when they're coming up, like they kind of just forget about everyone. People always associate like rock and roll with sex. So it's just those things to know that they kind of like fell victim into that stereotype. That's like super disappointing to me. But ignoring that fact, when I first heard the whole album, Time Zone was the one song that I like attached to and I listened to over and over again. I just love how like the guitar in the beginning is like arpeggiated, is like finger plucked. I think that sounds so romantic. The last line is kind of like a punch to the gut. It kind of like strings everything together in a nice bow. The band said that he kind of just wrote this like in a couple of minutes and they just started recording it right away. So it just goes to show like how passionate he is about the relationship that he had. It's such a romantic song, and I don't know, I love to love. And the guitar really shines in this one, especially with the solo. It sounds like it's like weeping and crying to you. I love this song so much. And there was a short time in my life where it seemed like my relationship was going to be in a different time zone, so I even attached to it even more. This is my first favorite song of the album.
Lyrics that fucked me up, and every time I see your face, the moon should be jealous. If anybody ever told me this, that's it. Nobody, I don't, like, that's it. It's a wrap.
Like you said, I don't know how someone could write a song like this dedicated to someone specifically in mind, and then, you know, things just fall apart, but we're not to judge.
We can't just ignore, and they can say whatever, we'll be making love. I'm fucking you tonight. Like, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? When I first heard this, I was like, oh. I had to pace back and forth a little bit. Yeah.
The song is so passionate and like so sweet. When he said that, it was like such a contrast to what was going on. Like it was so vulgar, but it also was like, yes.
Yes.
That's like my favorite part. Like I look forward to it every single time. If I don't listen to it, I'll go back to make sure I was paying attention.
That part. The next track is one of my favorites. It's Blah Blah Blah. I'm about to go the fuck off, you guys.
You say you're sorry, well I bet you are. I wanna fuck, let's get to my spot. I'm too drunk and I can't get hard. Give me a chance and I'll make you a lady. Blah 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 blah. So guess what I've done? I called your best friend and I said, what's up? Let's fuck, 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 fuck.
My mama told me that she never liked you. My life sucks and the blame is on you. So fuck you.
You are so basic and you got stupid tattoos. Like, it's such an unserious song. It doesn't need serious lyrics. These lyrics are so fucking unserious, but it's the best shit I've ever heard. The best diss song to ever exist.
One thing when I first heard this song that I really appreciate, because it's not done very often, especially for rock music, through composed music, meaning that typically in a song you have the verse, the the chorus, second verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and it just like, you know, there's a lot of repetition. With this song, there's always something that is added to that makes it different, and there's not a specific thing that sets a chorus, if that makes sense. It's just a constant verse that has been modified every single time. And same goes with the instrumental. At the beginning, it's very like bare bones. It's just the bass and Damiano's voice. Victoria went off on this song, by the way. The drums go in with Ethan, which he also went off. I feel like we haven't mentioned Ethan.
I know, what the fuck?
But he's actually been really, really good in all the songs. Like, I don't know how he's able to drum so fast, but I praise him, honestly. Like, kudos to him. They steered away from the basic type of form, and they really like created something that's like so good. It's so perfect when you're like broke up with someone or you just want to like talk shit about someone. It's such a good song to like just sing along to. It, like you said, it was something to be taken too seriously. Like, don't think that this is gonna be like a masterpiece and like get a bunch of Grammys and stuff, but it's just something that's like super fun.
You have a massive car.
I like Victoria's little parts in these as well. I think it's like, this is Victoria's song. The bass here is so prominent, more so than the guitar. I feel the guitar has a more simplistic part in this song.
In the concert, like right before it's about to start, the man was like, to being toxic.
Oh my god, yes. He like had this whole conversation about like love or something, and then he's like, stay toxic, and then Nadia was like, oh my god,
Yes.
Everything that I've worked with her has now been gone down the drain. He had to say one line and that's it.
I'm just gonna embrace it because he told me to.
It's okay not to be perfect and have some evil thoughts, you know? Stay toxic.
Mama said that it was okay. Mama said that it was quite alright.
Watch out. Be scared. Beware. The next track is Baby Said.
What's your thoughts about religion? Are you close to your mother? And all of your ex-lovers. Touch them, give me your hand. Let me taste your silhouette. You can talk between my legs. I'm not afraid of you being vulgar, but why are you so vicious? Running after you. I was crying and loving on you and just coming and howling out.
Baby said when you're talking, I go down, shut your mouth, you need a hand. I know you really want to.
Ever since April 15th, every time I listen to Baby Said, it reminds me of Sleepover. Man.
Right.
I think that comes across, right? How he literally asked me in the middle of foreplay, he asked, wait, are you religious? I will always think back to that moment. I thought that the lyric was supposed to be, you know, just to exaggerate, like to be metaphorical, but people really do be asking like the weirdest questions. I was crying and loving while you were just coming and howling at the moon. Wow.
I just now realized that they meant coming like this.
Oh.
My innocent mind. I can tell like this is something that he's kind of just saying, like, people just want me for my body, like they don't want to have deep conversations, which sucks, you know. But regardless, it's a good fucking song, and I always feel like their lyrics are so conversational, so they're just like super fun to sing along to. I think that's what's like my favorite thing about this band, is just they're so hyped. I might not necessarily like relate to this, but it's still my favorites.
Next track is Gasoline.
Soaking wet in the golden bed. 4, 3, 2, 1, count down. The whole world is waiting for you to go down, 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 down. How are you sleeping at night? How do you close both your eyes? Living with all of those eyes on your hands. We're gonna dance on gasoline.
It was supposed to be inspired by what was happening in Ukraine, right?
From all the things I thought you were gonna say, that was the last one.
Okay, what did you think I was gonna say though?
I don't know, just something else. It was an anti-war anthem. So I guess maybe
I
you're
don't
right.
know.
Based on what Spotify says, it says it's an anti-war anthem. The whole song's purpose is to do justice and give intensity to the lyrics through a crescendo of energy that empowers their meaning. I don't know how I feel about that. It just seems insensitive.
I don't think about the war when I listen to this song. When I'm going hard at the gym and I'm listening to this, I have an image of a horse in the back of my mind. Especially with how are you sleeping at night? How do you close both your eyes and living with all of those lives on your hands? Just so many parts of it where it's just like I'm thinking about like evil, nasty, grimy people. That's my attachment to this song. I don't associate it with that.
Now that I've read that, it kind of does change my perspective a little bit. But I guess when I think about this song, I think about like definitely someone who grew up like very spoiled, maybe like someone who is like self-sabotaging themselves, a danger to others. And when you're approaching the pre-chorus is like an instrumental that's just the guitar, I believe, and the drum, but Ethan is hitting the bass drum. It just gives like a power, like a heartbeat to the song. And it's like, it really does feel like you're dueling against somebody. Like I just imagine like a dark space, like the night maybe, and I just see like two people like facing each other from a distance. Like that's what I imagine. You're going against someone who's like evil, like you said, and I think it's such a good song to like jam out to. It's one of my favorites from the concert that we went to.
We need to give Ethan his flowers, you guys. That
He goes
instrumental
off
at
on
the end.
each one. I don't know how he's like able to play so fast. Like I'm just so amazed. Like any drummer really, like I can't comprehend how you can like do all that at the same time, because you're like the heartbeat of it. Like you keep the tempo. If you slow down, everyone's gonna like be super off.
And he looks really good doing it too. It takes a lot of upper body like power drumming, and I was seeing him on those big screens at the Forum, and like it looked so effortless to him. He wasn't making like these struggle faces like I usually see on drummers.
I feel like me and Ethan should just like sit down and have a talk. I feel like we'd just get along so well. I just feel it in my heart. Like he just looks like an old vampire who likes to read and drink tea and like is super chill.
He could be part of the Volturi.
Really, like, deadass. He really could. Like,
Yeah.
but a nice one. A nice vampire.
Next track is Feel.
I'm about to make you feel the matter on the floor. I know what you want, I know what you need. I'm about to make you feel.
It feels it's like a filler to me. But the one part that I really love and I'm obsessed with is I know what you want, I know what you need, like that specific part of the song.
I'm kind of the same page with you. It's not a bad song by all means. It's just in comparison to all the other songs, yeah, it does feel like a filler. I will say that I can appreciate two things. One, in the pre-chorus when they say cocaine is on the table, the way that he says it and the way that they play the instrument makes me feel like I'm dizzy, which I don't know, kind of like obviously when you take drugs, like you're out of it. Do you get that sense?
I
when
get
they
what
say?
yeah.
Like I don't know, it just has like it really puts you in that space, I guess. And I also appreciate Ethan when he's hitting the cymbals and he's playing on that backbeat and it's like very consistent. Yeah, like I like this song. I'm just not like
Crazy about it.
I'm not crazy about it.
Next track is Don't Wanna Sleep.
Medicate myself till my head is in the sky. Somebody come to take on my body. This is the shadiest party I've ever seen in my life.
So this is a song they opened up their concert for. I knew that this was gonna be the first song, so I kind of paid a little bit more close attention to it, and I love it. I feel like it was such a good song to start off with because literally, who the fuck wants to go to sleep at a Måneskin concert? Like when they say wearing Lucy's diamonds to get a little shine, they're definitely referencing a Beatles song called Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, because that song is about like them taking like drugs and LSD. In this song, they say like somebody come take on my body, kind of saying like they just don't want to be very present in their life, like they just want to drink all their feelings away. And so it's just a nice reference because it's so relevant to what this meaning of the song is. Like it was just like a very like, if you know type of thing. I just think it was a genius way to include that in this song. I also like the little stuttering that they do, and when they're like, somebody come on and take on my body, like kind of like catches your ear when you hear it, which is kind of like what you want to do as a musician. Like you want to capture someone's ear. I'm so happy that I got to see this live and experience this live because I never had so much fun in a concert, dude. Like I was going off. Like I did not sit at 1 second in that concert whatsoever. Like I was just dancing. I didn't want Nadia to record me because I didn't want to be like self-conscious about it, which she did, but whatever.
This is the shittiest party I've ever seen in my life. Me, when we walked into our theater for the Eras Tour movie.
Oh my fucking god. We were part of it though. Like we didn't dance either, but we should have gone to like a white neighborhood, like AMC or something where they like go off, dude.
I didn't want to know the set list before I got there, but I was really hoping that we were gonna hear Don't Wanna Sleep because I just wanted to fucking witness that guitar solo live, you guys. Oh my god. Thomas, I'm single and you can do anything you want to. I'm all yours.
What's going on?
No, I can't. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't.
So next we are going to be reacting. This is an actual reaction. We've already heard all the songs that we've covered, but we will be reacting to 2 of the new songs on the, I'm gonna say it's the deluxe version.
Yeah, deluxe version. First is Honey, Are You Coming?
Honey, are you coming? A place downtown, maybe if you wanna go to Italian, it's gonna love me harder than ever before. You like it. Not a one-night stand if it turns into 2.
Okay. Okay just came out. Did you hear me say okay? I'm not here,
She
bro.
did it 3 times and each time it got weirder and weirder.
Oh,
Bookshelf looks so cute. Anyway.
I was about to say okay again. When this song first came out, oh my god, how obsessed I was. They write all their songs. Let's get that clear. Lyricists sent from the skies, you guys. All these like metaphors that I would have never thought of. Where somebody might die, but nobody gets hurt.
Dude, that's one thing I don't understand that lyric. Like I get it, but I don't get it. Like
Where somebody might die, but nobody gets hurt. Where somebody might die, but nobody gets hurt.
I think I'm thinking about it too logical. Like how can someone die and not get hurt?
Oh, every time after he extends the you will like it, the that comes after it. I really like this one, but I don't get it. Maybe you can explain it to me. Before I found this place, I was feeling so blue, but then it turned me out. Let it do it to you. See?
I was hoping you would say every other line but that one. When it says but it turned me out, I think like it did the opposite for me. And so it happened to the other person as well, but I could be so wrong about that. Like
It's not a one night stand if it turns into 2. Some people didn't get that memo. I'm looking at you. There was so much potential for like a really hot music video. Like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
I was obsessed with this song. I feel like they cannot write one bad song. It's obviously like 2 people like unexpectedly like getting really involved with each other, I guess, or like in their emotions. It sounds like it's like a thrilling ride for them. Kind of a criticism I had when it was first starting, but you know, they proved me wrong, is that once I heard the intro, the verse, the pre-chorus, the chorus, I was like, I like this song, but it feels like if they continue to go with the same melody, it's gonna feel very repetitive, and it's gonna like, that's just gonna throw me off a little bit. But when we got to the second verse, I like how it kind of turned into something where it's like very conversational, like just talking to you, which added like a nice variation to the song that it didn't have before. So in that sense, I like that the second verse does not match the melody of the first verse. I think that's very clever. But this song is just so addicting to hear. Like I don't understand how you could not like it, you know?
Never skip this song. Never.
Never.
There's like this distant reverb when it's like me there.
Oh yes, I like the isolation in his voice. Like when in music in general, I just like when there's like a lot of sound going on, and then it just like closes in to the voice speaking to you. It's just like, I don't know, it's just more impactful that way. So I think that's what really makes the song addicting as well, is when it has that like contrast that it gives to you, and it makes sense why they would isolate his voice there specifically.
We love this song. 10 out of 10. The next track is Off My Face.
One of the new ones.
I'm in love with the drugs, but they don't love me back. I'm in love with the pain, but you make it hurt so bad. My bones and my body.
Never gonna see me, and you're never gonna see me again. All the thing that I crave when it's hard to sleep at night. I do what I wanna do, what I wanna do, what I wanna do. No one's when it comes to you, when it comes to you, when it comes to you. Play my heart like a bass drum, break my neck like a killer. And dead, in fact, you're never gonna see me again. I'm off my face. You're never gonna see me again.
That's hot. I'm glad that I chose that. They're saying things like, you're the monster in my head trying to tell me how to act. I'll do anything for you, so just tell me what you like. But then you're never gonna see me again.
Well, the way that I interpret this song is it's definitely talking about a toxic relationship between two people that you crave to be with them, but you also have like a hint of disgust towards them, where it's like, I want to be with you, and you always say, all right, this is the last time we're gonna do this, and then, you know, that's the second to last time you're gonna do it. You get me? Like, it's just something that is toxic. It's a cycle that you're having between another person. So yeah, this is like when he said like stay toxic, he was also referring to this song. It's a battle between your head where you want to leave someone alone, but you also crave them. I'm in love with the drugs, but they don't love me back. That's definitely a response to Supermodel, because she's in love with cocaine, but it don't love her back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like now it's them, like that person speaking about that now. But also when it says, yeah, I'm off my face, it makes me think of the song Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd, which when he says that, that's kind of like referring to a drug. Like when you take drugs, like you feel numb. So I think they're just kind of seeing like this addiction that they have with this person, it's all physical. It's not like something that's emotional. It's very emotionally they're numb. Physically, you know, they're feeling all the senses. So I guess that's what they're trying to say with this person. Like, it's toxic, maybe because it makes them like not think about what's going on in real life, or because it's just like purely just sexual. So that's what I was thinking about this song as well. It feels like just a ride. Like, it feels dirty. It feels like you're in a club. The ended with the guitar solo, it also just adds a wild element to it as well. So
the bridge for this sent me to a different dimension. The way that he is singing, the way that he sounds.
The breath you just did. Yeah.
Play my heart like a bass drum, break my neck like a killer. Wow.
Thomas.
And Thomas, babe, what can't you do? The guitar on this.
Yeah. I will say it's not my favorite song.
So far, I love it. I'm placing it at the top right now.
Instrumentally, there's not a climax to it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like it feels very like stagnant. Like what you get in the beginning, and you're gonna keep getting it until the end of the song, which is not something that they typically do with their music. I like the song, I'm just not crazy about it. But it could grow on me. You never know.
The way she says, but it could grow on me. The amount that bothers me. I like it so much. Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
The next track is Trastevere.
The touch of an angel, the taste of a drug. You can give me your whole life if you got one. I swear to God that from tomorrow there will be no more pain. I'll cancel your name from each one of my songs. To be honest, I never truly gave a shit when you didn't come along. I just take everything I've got. Touch of an angel, the taste of the drug. I'll give you the talent, you can give me your life if you got one.
very raw song. Even in production, it doesn't seem like they did much because his voice sounds like super clear. I'll give you the talent, you can give me your life if you got one. That line makes me think that he's like talking to the devil or something in exchange for his soul, and it feels like he's talking about his fame, like everything they've gotten, but within that maybe like fame, kind of like you're giving your life to the people and they feel like they can take control of it. Like you're handing your life to someone because it's so like publicized, there's like no privacy. In that sense, when he says like, but to be honest, I never truly gave a shit when you didn't come along, trying to say like the things that he values the most in terms of like family, friends, like the love, the people that he holds very close to his chest are not with him. I feel like he is having like a hard time accepting the fame because he has to exchange so many things that he loves and like makes him who he is. That's the way that I take it.
What an intellectual. I'm just a Leo, no thoughts, just vibes. What does I will cancel your name from each one of my songs? Like what is that? What do you think that means? Because I don't get it.
When he says I will cancel your name from each one of the songs, it confuses me because before that it just kind of paints a picture of like literally you selling your soul to someone for the fame, but at the same time he's almost trying to say like I take it back, like I don't want any of that. Like the song depicts a conversation with the devil, making a deal with him in the verses and pre-chorus, specifying what he offers and wants in return. In the chorus we aim to break that pact, emphasizing that fame and money mean nothing without the people we love. Oh my god, I'm so proud of this.
Wow. That's talent.
Maybe my students are not in the worst hands.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Sometimes, I don't know. I like on the beginning, there's like a little bit of Spanish guitar in it. By the way that he's finger plucking it, because I love Spanish music. I mean, like they tour around the world, they like to get influenced by other cultures, so I could see that happening.
I think it's so hot when he can play like any genre, any guitar, pick up any guitar and just make it sound like such a beauty.
Yeah, it says so much about them as musicians. I like this song. I don't mind it. I think it's very raw. They don't have another song like this on the album.
I want to know if it's a song dedicated to the devil, why is the title?
Well, that's a place in Italy, and I know that that's a place that Thomas has a home in, and so they wrote that song there. I think it's very on brand. Just because, I mean, it's not about the devil per se. The message is more so about if we could take it back in a way, we would exchange the love of our family, having them in close proximity, in exchange with the fame and like that it's given them, because you're kind of out of touch with the real world when you're so famous like that. And so for them to write this song in a town where they live in, where their roots possibly are, it makes sense why they would write this song, because they're in those emotions.
So that is the first part of us reacting to Rush, Are You Coming? And you can watch the second part on her channel. So
yes, I will be reacting to the second part of this. It'll be the second half of the original track, and then I will be reacting for the first time by reaction to Valentine, which I'm super excited about, and then The Driver, which we heard in the concert. They performed that for us as a sneak peek. Go to my channel, and yeah, I'll see you there.
bye.